Hi everyone, it's Terry here from nutsaboutsstamping.com. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create a beautiful birthday card idea with the help of my Colorful Seasons stamp set and Magnolia Lane Designer Series paper. This is a really fun card layout idea, so give it a try with the supplies that you have on hand at home. My card base is going to be Mossy Meadow. I've cut it 8.5 by 5.5 and I've scored it on the 4 1/4 mark. And my card today is going to be a landscape layout. I'm going to move this aside for a second and I'm going to start off by stamping a phrase from the Colorful Seasons stamp set. It's the "Life is a Beautiful Thing" phrase, and because my card base is Mossy Meadow, I'm going to ink up the phrase using the Mossy Meadow ink, and I'm going to stamp it more towards the right-hand side of this layer, like so. Now, I'm going to layer the phrase onto a piece of Mossy Meadow. Let me bring in my snail. Layer it like so, and then I'm going to layer it again onto a piece of basic black. Like so. Now I'm going to set this aside for just a second, and I'm going to bring in some additional layers for my card. I have a piece of Whisper White, and as I've already said, I'm using the Magnolia Lane paper. So you can see how the colors are starting to pull together. I chose the Mossy Meadow and the basic black and the Whisper White. Okay, like this. And then I'm going to layer this onto my card base. Like so. Now, what I want to do is I want to add a little bit of more of an elegant touch. So I have a piece of vellum cardstock, and I want to cover up the Magnolia Lane paper a bit because I think it's so dark that if I put my phrase layer on top of it, you really wouldn't see all the layers of the phrase. But watch what happens here. If I lay a piece of the vellum on top and then I put my phrase on, you can see that my phrase is a real standout. So here's a tip with vellum paper. You want to figure out where your phrase is going to be, and then what I would do is I would put some adhesive right here, and that will hold my vellum paper on, but you won't see the adhesive because it's going to be covered up by the phrase. I hope that makes sense. Vellum is such a see-through paper that if you put adhesive on the back of it and use it to attach, you'll see right through it. So you'll see where the adhesive is, which to me is not that pleasant. Okay, so I'm going to put my phrase on. All right, now, looks a little plain, doesn't it? So here is another tip for you. What I did was I took my piece that I cut the layer for my card front of the Magnolia Lane Designer Series paper, and I took my paper snips and I cut one of the flowers out of the paper, and I am going to use that as an embellishment for the front of my card. And I'm going to pop it up a little bit because I think it's really pretty. I want to draw attention to it. So I'm going to put some adhesive on where the flower is going to attach to the layer. I'm just putting adhesive. And then where it's not attached to the layer, I've got a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals. And there we go. And then one more little bit to add because I think this is a very pretty card. I want to add some pretty embellishments as well. I've got these lovely embellishments. Maybe I'll just put 2 on, and that will complete my card. For a complete list of supplies that I used and the measurements for all of the cardstock layers, head on over to my blog, www.nutsaboutstamping.com. While you're on my blog, consider subscribing to my free newsletters. I have a series coming out starting this week. It's the 12 weeks of Christmas, and I have a lot of special card, gift ideas, bags, and tags that are just for the Christmas season. I'm Terry. I'm Nuts About Stamping. I hope you'll create something beautiful today too. Bye for now.